Hello everybody. Today we want to explain the chapter synthetic fiber and plastics. As you know, this chapter is fibers. So, synthetic fibers and plastic depend upon it, and you know that your exams are started. So, let us revise this chapter. So, please read this chapter thoroughly, and if you have any doubt, any queries, write down and we can discuss it later on. So, this you know that fibers, actually have you seen the thread? Thread is formed by these small parts. These small parts or units are combined together and this will form the thread. Okay. So, these are the mainly fibers. These fibers are formed by this thread is formed by the many fibers together. So, these are the fibers. Okay. Now, fibers are of two types. Mainly they may be natural fiber or they may be synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are also known as that artificial fiber, or these are also known as man-made fibers. What are these natural fibers? Actually, natural fibers are obtained from the plants or they may be obtained from the animals. If they are obtained from the plants, then these are said to be plant fiber, and if they are obtained from the animals, then these are known as the animal fibers. Okay. So, what are these? Let us write these: animal fiber. Animal fibers, these are of two types. Natural fiber are of two types, animal fiber and plant fiber. Those fibers which are obtained from the animal are known as animal fibers, and those which are obtained from the plant are plant fibers. So, plant may be jute, cotton, hemp, flax. So, these are the plant fiber. Okay. And animal fibers mainly silk is the animal fiber, and wool is also obtained from the animal. So, wool and silk are the animal fibers. Actually, in our chapter the synthetic fibers are there. So, let us start the synthetic fibers. Artificial synthetic fiber are formed mainly by the chain of many units. When chain combines together, then it will form many units are combined together in a form of chain, then it will form the fiber, that synthetic fiber, and chemically these chains are formed, and the chemical mainly is raw material. That raw material is petrochemical. Mainly that petrochemicals are obtained from the petroleum. Okay, the raw materials of petroleum. Or so these are artificial fibers. These are formed by the man. Man is formed by them with the help of chemicals, and mainly petrochemicals are used by the men. So, these are formed by men. So, that is why they are known as man-made or artificial fibers. These fibers are mainly the chain of small units joined together. These small units are known as monomers. For example, if we will take one thread and just pour the beads into the thread, then we will get a necklace of beads. So, one bead is the monomer. Monomer is a single unit, and if many monomers are combined together, then it will form polymers. So, this is the polymer. The necklace is formed by the polymer. So, that many monomers are combined together, then it will form polymer. Poly means here the name of polymer, it represents its definition. So, poly means many and mer means unit or part. So, many particles or parts are there combined together, many monomers are combined together, then they will form polymers. Okay. So, you can write poly means many, and mer means unit, or you can write part. Okay. So, many monomers are combined together and it will form polymer. So that process is known as, from which the polymers are formed, that process is known as polymerization. So with the help of polymerization we can form the synthetic fibers, and natural fibers are obtained from the plants and animals. So these fibers are also present in nature, like cotton is present as in a nature. So cotton is formed by the cellulose, and cellulose is the mainly polymer of the glucose units. Single glucose units are combined together and it will form the cellulose. Okay. So you can just remember that cotton is also a fiber, and cotton is formed by the what I told you, that the cellulose. Okay, and cellulose is formed by the glucose units. So please write these. If you have not written, pause the video and write them. Now these artificial fibers, what are these? The different types of the artificial fibers or synthetic fibers will take that first is rayon, then nylon, you know that, then we can take polyester, acrylic, that is also known as Orlon. So you can take these different polymers, that is, these are the synthetic fibers. So you can take the types of synthetic fibers, different types of synthetic fibers. So types of synthetic fibers that we will study one by one. So first is rayon. A rayon is formed by the chemical treatment of wood pulp. So this is an artificial fiber that is formed by the wood pulp, with the help of wood pulp. Okay, cotton is that wood pulp is present with the cotton. So cotton contains that cotton linters also. So this regenerated fibers are also formed with the help of cotton linters. Linters means small fibers, small cotton fibers are there. Okay. So rayon is formed by the wood pulp. So it is in first artificial fiber which is formed by the wood pulp, and rayon is also known as artificial silk. Why it is known as artificial silk? Because its properties are resemble with the silk, and it can absorb the water or sweat also. Why? Because it has the property of cotton, because wood pulp is present into it, that is why it is formed by the natural fiber. Synthetically it is formed, but it is used by this fiber is formed by using the wood pulp. So it is it has the shining property, and the properties are resemble with the silk. It is very strong and wrinkle free. It has absorbent property, and another is it is less expensive than the silk. Okay, but its properties resemble with the silk, that is why it is known as artificial silk. Second, you can take the nylon. Have you seen the brushes, toothbrushes? So toothbrushes consist the bristles, that these bristles are formed by the nylon. So nylon is very strong thread. Okay, and many parachutes are also formed with the help of nylon. So it is also strong, tough and very good fiber. So and that nylon, two words are there, New York and London. So two countries helped to develop or invented them, or two companies are included in the invention of the nylon, that is why its name is nylon. Okay. Then you can take polyester. Actually poly and ester. So poly plus ester. Many units of esters are combined together, chemically combined together, or the many esters are polymerized, then what's happened? Polyester is formed. So polyester is formed by the combination of many units of esters. Okay, that's why it is known as polyester. Actually this ester is in chemical substance whose smell is fruit like. So fruity smell substance is this. This is the fruity smell substance ester. Okay, so ester is formed by the polyester is formed by the combination of many esters. So you can take that one, and polyester mainly that we are using mainly is the common polyester is terylene and dacron. Terylene and dacron, these are the two common polyesters, and these terylene is formed by the blunt fibers also. Blunt fibers means these fibers are combined with the natural fibers, and they will form the blunt fibers. These means the synthetic fiber is combined with the natural fibers, and they will form the new fiber that contains the property of natural as well as synthetic, means strong as well as it has the good property of the natural fibers like water absorbent property present over there. So that is known as blunt fibers. Blended fibers, have you just here blended, that word is blended. So that blend fibers or blended fibers are there. So blend fibers are formed like terry wool, terracotta, terry wool, terracotta, like that. So terry wool is formed by the mixture of terylene plus wool. Terracotta, so that is formed by the blending of terylene plus cotton. Okay, so many other fibers or many polyesters are formed by the blended fibers also. Now next fiber we can take the acrylic. Have you seen the fiber that totally resemble with the wool, and you have seen the natural fibers are very expensive in nature because these are rare and these are taking the time to grow, to develop, to means their manufacturing time, their growing time, it will take lot of time and a lot of labor is used over there, the factories they are using, so there will be the expensive. So these fibers, natural fibers are expensive as compared to the synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are less expensive, you can say low cost. Okay, these are cheap as compared to the natural fibers. So polyester, what we have done? We have done the polyester. Now we will start the acrylic. So rayon we have done, nylon, polyester we have done. What are the two types of the polyester generally that we are using? Terylene and dacron. So you can write terylene and second dacron. Got it? Now next acrylic. Acrylic fiber, spandex. Spandex is also known as lycra, that is used in swimming costume. Acrylic, it is also known as artificial wool because the property of acrylic is resemble with the wool. That's why, as you know, that wool is very expensive and acrylic is very cheap as compared to the wool, but it has total properties of the wool, means it is very soft, it is cheap, wrinkle free, strong. So that these properties are present in acrylic. Acrylic is also known as Orlone. Okay, its another name is Orlone, and it is also known as artificial wool because it resembles the property of wool. And spandex, that is also known as lycra, that is also very strong fiber and mainly synthetic fiber, and it is used in the swimming costume. Okay, so these are mainly fibers. And last one is plastic. You know that this is also formed by the plastic. Have you seen in your kitchen many boxes, even your lunch box, that is formed by the plastic. So plastic is common in our life. So we are using day by day plastic. Okay, so what is plastic? Plastic is also a fiber. Which fiber? It is an polymer. You can say plastic is also a polymer. That plastic may be of two types. What are these two types? That thermoplastic and thermosetting. But the arrangement of the polymers, that will be different. That may be linear arrangement or that may be cross link arrangement. Okay, so like that you can write first of all, and plastics. Plastics are the polymers mainly. These polymers are combined as a linear arrangement or they may be combined as a cross link arrangement. These plastics are of two types. First, thermoplastic, and second is thermosetting plastic. And thermoplastic and thermosetting, it means this thermoplastic is that plastic which can be molded again and again by heating it. But here thermosetting is that type of plastic which one can mold only one type. Again it will be not molded by heating. If you want to just mold it, then it will be not molded. It will be just becomes the hard and tough. So it is not molded. But this thermoplastic can be molded again. Have you seen that wires are coated with the plastic, insulated plastic will be there. So that is known as PVC. So PVC plastics are present on the wires. That wires contains the current. Okay, that will be coated with the PVC plastic, that is polyvinyl chloride plastics will be there. And these plastics are thermoplastics. They can be molded again and again with the help of heating, and these are flexible also. If you just you have seen that some plastic will be broken down if you will be just put force on the plastic, but some are not broken down. So those plastics which are not broken down are the thermoplastics, and those which are broken down by cracking sound are known as thermosetting plastics. Okay, so thermosetting and thermoplastic, two types of the plastics are there. That these are molded again and again by heating, and these are not molded again and again. Once they are formed, at that time they are molded, after that they are not molded again and again. Okay. Thermosetting plastic are mainly bakelite. Have you seen the switchboards which are present in your school and at your home? So that switchboards are formed by the bakelite. Then melamine, melamine plastic is mainly that is present on the tiles. The tile uppermost part of the tile will be very shiny. So, that part is covered or coated with the melamine. So, melamine is mainly it is fireproof also. So, firemen the dress material of the firemen is formed by the coating of the melamine. And have you seen the dinner set, that is also coated with the melamine. The dinner set is also formed by the melamine. And so, these are the thermo setting plastics. These different types are there, melamine, bakelite, melamine, and have you seen the Teflon is present, that non-stick cookwares contains the coating, that black coating is present. So, that is Teflon. Teflon is the black coating which is present on the that is present on the utensils which we are using in our kitchen. Mainly these are the Teflon plastic. Okay. So, and thermoplastic, I told you that buckets are formed by the PVC is an thermoplastic, PVC, PET, that bottles are formed. Okay. So, what is the full form of PVC? Polyvinyl chloride, and full form of PET, polyethylene terephthalate, polyethylene terephthalate. So, these are the full forms of PET and PVC. PVC pipes that are used in submersible motors or that are used in our field, that crop field contains the pipes, black color pipes. So, that are the PVC pipes. So, PVC pipes are formed by the polyvinyl chloride. It means that PVC is formed by the many monomers. So, monomers are vinyl chloride. So, many polyvinyl chloride. So, vinyl chloride is formed by the polymerization. So, polymer of that monomer of the PVC is vinyl chloride. Okay. So, many vinyl chlorides are combined together, then it will form PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Okay. So, have you learned these type of plastics, thermosetting and thermoplastics? As I have told you that thermoplastic is molded again by heating, and and if we will heat them, they are not resistant, but thermosetting plastics we can heat them and they will just maintain their shape by heating also. That is why they are using in the microwave containers. For example, they are using in the formation of microwave containers. Okay. So, mainly the thermosetting plastics are here, these are two, bakelite and melamine, and here these are molded again PVC, polyvinyl chloride, PET, and then we can take polythene. Polythene is formed by the many ethene chains are combined together, many ethene monomers are combined together and it will form polythene, that is a polymer. So, polythene is a polymer is formed by the ethene. Okay. Ethene is a monomer of that polythene. Now, I have told you that one plastic, that is Teflon. Teflon, where it is used? It is used in the containers or mainly kitchen utensils. Okay. So, that is also known as PTFE. Teflon is also known as PTFE. So, you can write that it is also a thermoplastic. You can write Teflon, that is black coating. Okay. Black coating is present on that utensils which are present in our kitchen. So, that is known as Teflon, and the another name of Teflon is PTFE. So its full form is poly tetra fluoroethene. Polytetrafluoroethene. It is an Teflon. Okay. So that is present on the black coating is present on our cookwares, kitchen containers. Okay. So that mainly these are non-stick cookwares are there. And one more example is polystyrene. Okay. So thermoplastics are Teflon, polystyrene, then polythene. Okay. Then after that PVC, PET, the water bottles are formed by the PET, polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, so these are the thermoplastics. Okay, if we will provide the heat, they will be molded, they will change their shape, but if we will provide heat to the thermoplastics like bakelite and melamine, so they will not change their shape by high temperature also. Why? Because these are thermosetting plastics. That's why these are used in our switchboards. Bakelite is used in our switchboards. So if there is a shock, they will not melt. Okay, but the PVC, that PVC coating is present on the wires. The wires are coating with that PVC, that wire that is coated with the PVC. Okay. So that PVC is coated with wire, polyvinyl chloride is there. So this is a thermoplastic. Okay. So you have seen these, you have learned these, please learn them. And why we are using the plastics in our daily life? Because of their characteristic properties. They have the characteristic properties. What are these characteristic properties? Actually these plastics are light in weight. So properties of plastics, you can write properties of plastics. Okay. So first, light in weight. These are light in weights, that's why we are using the plastics. Second, they are durable. They are durable, they are we are using, that's why because these are very durable, these will we will use them easily. Okay, and durability is more, that's why we are using. Then these are inexpensive. Inexpensive means these are cheap as compared to the other things like metals or steel, stainless steel, so they are cheaper than that. Then fourth characteristic property we can take, these are easy to handle and clean. So easy to handle and clean, that's why we are using the plastics. Now fifth property we can take, that these are non-reactive. Okay, so that's why we can pour the pickles and other things which are present in our kitchen. So these are unreactive or non-reactive. So you can write these are non-reactive. These are not react with the acid also. Even you know that metals react with the acid, but the plastics are not react with acids and they are not corrode with the acids also. So these are not corrode easily and these are free from bacterial action. So last property, these are non-corrode, or you can write cannot be corroded, cannot be corroded, these are not corrode easily. and clean easily. Okay, and these are free from bacterial action. So, corrode easily and free from bacterial action, you can write free from bacterial action. Okay, means they will not biodegradable. These are not decomposed by the bacteria. Okay, and they are easy to clean also, that you can write also, easy to clean, we can clean them easily, that is why we are using. So, these are the mainly physical, or these are the properties by which we are using these plastics. But you know that plastics and environment, that is your last topic. Actually, the plastics corrode or plastic pollute our environment, you know that. Polythene bags, then these plastics, these are not biodegradable. So these are pollute our soil, they are polluting our water. Even sometimes what happens, the cows are eating the polythene bags, and these bags will be just clog their intestine and stomach, and they will die because of eating of the plastic or polythene bags. Okay, so these are the main problems that we are facing because of the plastics. So please you can use the 4R rules